Hey, what's going on, guys? B-Flatten here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be covering minigun Moes. This is going to be the updated version of our miniguns. Let's go ahead and go over our build trees, and then we'll go into our gear, and we'll play around with the build a little bit. So to start off in green tree, we're using Daka Bear just so that we can get some Iron Bear increased damage when we are inside Daka Bear. There's a few reasons for why we do this. It's mainly because we want to get our cooldown back for Bear as soon as possible whenever we get kicked out. We have that as an anointment, so we'll come back to this for sure. Cloud of Lead, Moes, and Iron Bear shots will deal bonus fire damage and won't consume ammo on the fourth shot. So this is really good for doing a ton of extra damage. Stoke the Embers, we get bonus fire damage, so this is going to go on to things like Big Surplus, Cloud of Lead, Experimental Munitions, and Fire in the Skag's Den. Redistribution, whenever we score a crit, we get ammo and health. Scorching RPMs is going to be big for the build. We get fire rate and critical hit damage, while Iron Bear gains increased hardpoint damage by 30%. And finally, Specialist Bear, so that we can get 60% bonus damage when our miniguns are matching. Now, they can be any version of miniguns as long as you just have miniguns equipped. So it does not matter which ones you want. General Winter and Exploding Bullets are probably going to be the only ones you swap between, because these are going to be for different scenarios and different sites. Inside our red tree, we get a little bit extra skill points to work with. So with our extra 7 from the 65 update, we have Security Bear and Armored Infantry move down the tree. Grounded in Brass at 5. And then finally Experimental Munitions, which is just a Mayhem scaled skill. Whenever Moes or Iron Bear scores a crit, they deal bonus fire damage. Inside our blue tree, we get 5 Fire in the Skag's Den, 4 Torag Cross promotion, 5 into Stainless Steel Bear, because Stainless Steel Bear is not only going to be giving you fuel, it gives you armor, it gives you damage. It also works with Fire in the Skag's Den. We get Auto Bear just so that we can sit inside our Daka Bear. And 1 to Vampire just so that we can heal a little bit. Inside our purple tree, which is going to be our main tree, we have Big Surplus. We have Biofuel so that we can end up healing ourselves and Iron Bear at the same time. Really big guns so that we can get 20% increased Iron Bear damage. Double Time was just to move down the tree, but you can get a little bit of movement speed off of it. I do 4 to Nitrodium engines because I wanted to put 1 point into Superior Firepower. We'll get there in just a second. We get maximum fuel and action skill cooldown rate. 5 to Never Gonna Give You Up. Whenever we apply a status effect, we gain fuel. It has diminishing returns. There's multiple ways that we can proc this so that we can have a really long extended Iron Bear. 1 point into Superior Firepower. So General Winter is going to be our cryo miniguns. So the way that Superior Firepower works is whenever there is a status effect that applies to an enemy, it gains increased status effect damage. Cryo doesn't have status effect damage, so it just turns into just flat out damage instead. Since Explosive Fury is currently bugged and does not work, there's no point to put any points into here at the moment. So getting Superior Firepower for 100% bonus status effect damage or 100% bonus cryo damage is preferred. We have 1 point into feature creep and 3 with our class mod into feature creep. We get 72% Iron Bear damage and 180% Iron Bear damage resistance. We're going to be showing off what that resistance ends up doing a little bit later during the testing. And finally, running on fumes. So whenever Moes or Iron Bear ignites an enemy, we do not consume fuel for a short amount of time. This is going to be so that we can use our minigun shots for free. Into our gear, Free Radical is just going to be a fight for our life weapon, just in case we die. The Unforgiven with minigun, if you hold this in your hand and you enter Daka Bear, the Unforgiven crit will actually pass over into Daka Bear. It'll also work with Guardian Angel, but having the crit damage for it, or just flat out damage with the Guardian Angel is also nice. That's what we use the Unforgiven for. The Dark Army is fire. We can get it to ignite enemies so that we can proc things in the purple tree. It also has minigun damage because when we enter Iron Bear, the 3 drones will still follow us around. And I also have the Guardian Angel, just in case I want to throw cloning maddening trackers. The Guardian Angel will work with this Anoint when we're inside Iron Bear, just for some grenade damage. And it's also going to be working inside Daka Bear for some extra damage. Multivitamin Plus Ultra, the double health will pass over into Iron Bear, so that we get 125% bonus HP. That'll go into our Iron Bear armor, which will be a little over 6 million, I believe. The kills will give us 30%. And then Iron Bear is active, taking damage, has a 20% chance to spawn a nade. Heat Exchanger, we have 3 into feature creep, which is a really, really good thing to have. This is by far not close to a God roll, but it's the closest one I've been able to find. If you want to get a God roll version of the Heat Exchanger, I would suggest 4 into feature creep, 1 into scorching RPMs, with action skill damage, splash damage, and probably splash radius, I would say. But so long as you have more feature creep and action skill or splash damage, you'll be set for life. And finally, we have the Unleash the Dragon. Now, we don't need the fire damage on it because it's not meant for damage. It's literally just there to proc the fire damage because your melee ignite chance is 100%. So if we straight up punch an enemy or melee an Iron Bear, we will light an enemy on fire 100% of the time, which will proc things in our purple tree, so we can get things like biofuel, never gonna give you up, and running on fumes. If you hit multiple enemies at once, it'll proc multiple times over. Let's go ahead and test this out, shall we? And there's a one-shot, there's a one-shot. There's a one-shot. Sitting at a little over 6 million armor. Bear. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to waste a little bit of fuel here. There was never going to give you up proc to there. Put an enemy on fire. Kill that thing. I don't think I can actually make it through that door. I cannot. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to waste off a little bit of fuel, just so we can show you what Unleash the Dragon ends up doing. Let's go ahead and sit right here. Melee, we go to full fuel, and because we have never going to give you up, and running on fumes, we get 6 free seconds of free fire there, so we don't spend any fuel while we are going through. Now you can also switch over to the cryo rounds for General Winter. Those also do a ton of damage. General Winter will make it so that superior firepower will give them another 100% bonus damage. Let's go ahead and try that out. Now, if you're not comfortable with explosive bullets to blow yourself up, I would suggest using General Winter the entire time. They won't be that bad. Point redemption for Nimbus class mod. Is the Nimbus class mod in Trial of Supremacy? I don't remember. I actually do not remember. Most of the time, you'll end up killing the enemies before they freeze, but if they're like a badass, they'll probably end up freezing for like a second. Oh, we broke something. Nice. Yeah, see, we froze him before he died. That's okay. I fit through there. Yeah, Trials of Supremacy. There we go. Totally forgot the boss name, but I knew it was Trials of Supremacy.
Here we go.
There are often times where I'll end up preferring General Winter. This is just one of those moments. These enemies like to get nice up close and personal to you. which will cause you to blow yourself up even further. What's up, 2Jello? How you doing? Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to have you. Let's go ahead and power our way through to Trant like we always do. I'll show you the differences between exploding bullets and also General Winter. General Winter will probably do less damage on Trant, thinking about it now, but you can control your bursts, it'll probably be a lot better. Oh god. Sometimes random cryo really screws me over. There's biofuel there. Alright, so we're on General Winter, so we might as well just use that now. I'm going to swap over to the Dark Armies, just to show that they do still persist in Iron Bear, even when we enter. So we still have the Dark Army drones following us. Yeah, he's going to resist General Winter. Still does a ton of damage, though. Not super duper fast, but it is pretty fast. Now let's go ahead and do exploding bullets. Off the deer. There's a few extra things in the backpack that you could play around with. It's a lot of fun. But for the most part, everything that's already equipped is already set and ready to go. Exploding bullets. You can do one and the other if you want to. Still works for Specialist Bear, so you can gain 60% bonus damage. But exploding bullets will be a lot faster on Trant there, as you can tell. We weren't even close to even overheating there. A lot of 65 stuff in here, actually. There's not going to be too much to play around with. That's extra. 65 multiplayer and plus ultra. Couple class mods in here if you want to play with those for some reason. If you want to do a 65 Unleash the Dragon, just in case you want fire damage. Other than that, everything else is pretty much needed for the build that's already equipped. Build is in Discord at the moment. Discord members get builds a little early. Feel free to download it and take it for yourself. Give it a little test. Change it up as you will. And I think that's going to be all for Minigun Moes. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is B Platinum, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.